The Council of Ancients. The war room of the Galactic Dominion smelled of burnt ozone and old fear. 7 species sat around the obsidian table, each one a conqueror in their own right. The Keth, insectoid, 6-limbed, with compound eyes that saw 16 spectrums of light. The Moric, silicon-based giants, who had outlived 3 suns. The Velhari, psychic, cold, draped in robes that moved without wind. And 4 others, each with empires older than humanity's first campfire. At the head of the table sat the elders, 3 ancient beings so old their species' names had been forgotten even by themselves. They communicated in pulses of light and low-frequency vibration. They had been alive when the galaxy was quieter. "The humans have crossed the outer meridian," said Keth Commander Orzak, his mandibles clicking in barely concealed contempt. "A primitive species. Carbon-based. Fragile. Barely 2 centuries of spaceflight." A murmur of dismissal rippled around the table. One of the elders pulsed. The translator hummed. "You should stop them now, while you still can." Silence. Orzak tilted his head. "You cannot be serious." The elder pulsed again, longer this time, more urgent. "We have seen this before. We are the only ones left who have. You will not listen. You never do." No one listened. The first engagement. 6 months later, the Keth fleet, 47 warships, the finest in the Dominion, engaged a human vessel near the Borith asteroid belt. 1 vessel. A single human ship. Keth Admiral Vryn had laughed when he received the assignment. His fleet had dismantled civilizations. He had cracked moons. He had made entire species kneel with a single coordinated strike pattern developed over 2,000 years of warfare. The battle lasted 19 minutes. The human ship. Designation Yinses Indomitable, a heavy cruiser, absorbed the opening salvo, vented its port side deliberately to fake catastrophic damage, and then did something no Keth battle algorithm had ever modeled. It improvised. The Indomitable split its own hull plating to weaponize the debris field. It used the asteroid belt as cover, gravity-slinging rocks the size of buildings into 3 Keth destroyers simultaneously. Its crew, rather than evacuating the damaged sections, sealed themselves inside them, and kept fighting from zero-atmosphere compartments in emergency suits for 45 minutes. When Admiral Vryn ordered the retreat, 11 of his ships were gone. The human vessel was still moving, scarred, venting plasma, half its systems dark, but moving. He filed his report in silence. In it, he wrote 4 words he had never written before: "I do not understand." He Elder's warning, revisited. The council reconvened in emergency session. The Moric representative, a creature who had personally witnessed the fall of 4 interstellar empires, was uncharacteristically quiet. The Velhari, who could read the emotional resonance of any being in a room, had gone pale. They were feeling something radiating off the elders that they had no word for in their language. The closest translation was grief for the inevitable. One elder rose. Slowly, painfully, as though the weight of memory was a physical thing, and pulsed for a long time. The translator worked in fragments. "We fought them once. Long ago. Before your histories began. They were fewer then. Slower. Less angry. We outnumbered them 10,000 to 1, and we held every advantage, and still we chose to make peace because the alternative was unthinkable. They do not stop. They do not accept the logic of defeat. They adapt faster than any species we have encountered in 600,000 years of observation. You have not fought a civilization. You have woken something." Orzak's mandibles were still. "What did you do? When you fought them?" The elder pulsed one final time. "We apologized." The ambassador. 3 weeks later, a human shuttle docked at Dominion Central. Ambassador Yusuf Adeyemi stepped out alone, no guards, no weapons visible, carrying nothing but a metal case containing coffee and a handwritten letter from the UN Secretary-General. He was 53 years old, slightly overweight, and was humming quietly to himself as he walked down the docking corridor towards 7 of the most powerful species in the galaxy. The Velhari reached out psychically, instinctively, to read him. What they felt stopped them cold. Not rage. Not conquest. Not fear. Curiosity. Boundless, genuine, almost childlike curiosity. And underneath it, bedrock deep, something that felt like, we have survived everything so far. Adeyemi set the coffee down on the obsidian table, looked around at the assembled rulers of the galaxy, and smiled. "So," he said, "who wants to talk?" The elders pulsed softly in the corner. If their kind could smile, they would have. "We told you," they said to no one in particular. "We told you."